Hey, it's Ish. Just gonna like quickly say my whole conversion story, if you wanna call it that. Conversion, reversion. I mean, sometimes to me I don't really count it as one, considering when I was so young, I grew up in a Christian household, so I just assumed that I didn't even know what religion was. I didn't even know what these things were, so for me to finally be Muslim, it just felt like I was always Muslim, because I wasn't baptized at all. I just grew up in the household of Christianity, but I was never ever baptized. Okay. But my name wasn't always Ish. Ish is short for Aesha. A lot of people don't pronounce it like that, so it's just easier to say Ish. Some people say Aisha, some people say Aisha, but it's Aisha. But people don't have that tongue, so I have to go with Ish. But it was once, I was once called Astrid, okay? It's really weird, it's really strange, but it's true. And I wasn't the first in my family to be Muslim. My name changed, but I wasn't like the first of the first to be Muslim, because I didn't even change my name. It wasn't me who changed it. I was really young. It was changed for me by my dad, because he converted to Islam. Now, that's a whole different story. But then I followed shortly after. No, it was my sister. Then I followed shortly after. But here's just my story. It's very quick. It's not amazing, because a lot of people find these stories amazing. Mine is quite dull. Mine's more of like common sense, but I'll still tell it anyway. I was 9, I think. I mean, we have sources at home. There's a Bible and there's a Quran, so I can read both. So I read both, and I realized that, there were a lot of holes in the argument, and that's quite advanced for a 9-year-old to actually figure that out, that there were kind of holes in the argument when it came to the Bible. Like, some things contradicted themselves, and the whole authenticity of it kind of was discredited because it has been changed. And a lot of people are okay with the change. A lot of people say, oh, you should follow the new one, New Testament, forget the old one. So it kind of made me feel like, oh, that's not really what it should be about. But even within the old one, there's certain things have been changed. Like, a lot of people back in my day, back in like the early 2000 era, it used to be about Jesus is the Son of God, but now people are starting to say he is God, and that's where the issue is. Now everything's changing, so now the authenticity is lost. But the thing with the Quran is that it has never been changed. Since it has been written, it has never been changed. And a lot of people tend to stop following something when it doesn't agree with their lifestyle, or if it makes them feel like they're not a part of our new society. And it's just like, you shouldn't follow something simply because you feel like following it. Like, with me, it's more to do with the fact that it's a truth. And if I died, for example, I would really miss out. I would really suffer, all because I wanted to live my lifestyle a certain way, I shouldn't deny something that's true simply because I don't agree with it. Like, say for example, there's certain things that you will have to sacrifice, whether you like it or not. But that's a test between your love for God. Now, this is gonna get kind of like controversial, but so I searched in Google a lot of things. That's kind of what pulled me closer to Islam, because the thing is, what I did is I love researching all beliefs, so I researched every single belief before I thought, let me commit to this, let me be Muslim, hijab and whatnot. Like, I thought, let me be wise, look at every single belief in detail, and find what's true. Because the one thing I always knew for sure is that God is real. He is real. He deserves my worship. He deserves my respect. So God is real. But that's a whole different other story. But the thing is, when it comes to religion, it can be hard to follow because some people, everybody thinks theirs is right. And everybody thinks theirs is the truth. Understandable. So I had to make sure that I was in the right path. So I did my research, and I did my research, and I did my research. And the thing is, Islam does not contradict itself. I mean, there are certain things that people misinterpret, hence why people give us the rep of being terrorists, which is not true. It's just a matter of interpretation that can be conflicted, if that makes sense. Because a lot of people say, oh, it's this, it's that, blah, 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 blah. It's just like, some people are very extreme and some people are very ignorant. Like, certain things, you'd think that as human beings would have common sense, but we don't. Some don't. Not all of us. Some don't have any common sense, so then they take things literally, and then things get misinterpreted, and then you have ISIS. But it's nothing like that. So I think when you have to first, when you're looking at other beliefs, you have to be open-minded. You can't be quick to be like, oh, that's wrong, that's this, because you've grown up a certain way. You have to actually internalize it and realize that, you know, this is how it should be relayed, and then once you've understood it fully for its right interpretation and everything like that, you need to ask yourself, is this the truth? You know, like, you need to follow something because it's true, not because it doesn't agree with your lifestyle. Because a lot of people leave the religion because it just doesn't suit their lifestyle, and I don't think that's a good reason. And if that is your reason, then that's your life, not mine. But I felt like not following this religion would be the biggest downfall in anybody's life, because once you die, that's it. Once you die, that's it. There's nothing you can do. You can't come back from death. You can't rectify it. So I thought, I genuinely believe in it strongly, so why would I want to miss out on it? There are things I'm going to have to sacrifice, which is fine, but I see it's for the benefit of my own good. And there's so many things scientifically and just going by common sense even, that just makes sense in Islam. And my mind was put at ease, basically. There's not a single doubt I had. But then, once I decided to be Muslim, I didn't wear this straight away. I kind of just thought, I understand it, I want to follow it. But I didn't practice until kind of age 13, because then I kind of just thought, that's when I gained more of an understanding, and I thought, okay, I kind of start to feel this sort of guilt, because, you know, usually, like, when people are living their lives, they don't really feel any God conscious. But then I kind of thought, what if I died today? You know, would I be happy with the way I was living? No. So then I thought, I need to fix it up a bit. I need to tie some loose ends. And then on came this. And then I don't want to make it out to be like I'm someone who is on Dean or anything like that, because I don't want that reputation in case I slip up. But that's the aim, that's the goal, and to stay on it. But I think when I started to take it more seriously compared to before, was age, I'd say 15. But then from there it's been fluctuating, but all I know is I was not going to leave this religion, and I was always going to believe in God. So then I thought, you know, this is where I'm supposed to be, and I haven't felt any difference since. And there's just been, I think day by day, I just get stronger with it. It just brings me closer, and I just knew that this had to be it. So that's basically it. It's not that interesting. It's really, really, really dull. Like, if I'm to summarize, it will be research, tick. That's it. So that's what it was. I just knew that I did not want to be following something because I don't go with the flow. I wanted to know for sure. So that's about it. That's all I can say, really. Sorry it's not amazing or beautiful, but hey. Thank you.